I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mrs. Chu?
Here.
Mr. Sismar?
Here.
Mrs. Guas?
Here.
Mr. Hong?
Here.
Mrs. Lax?
Here.
Mrs. Reese?
Here.
Mr. Simmons? Mr. Winston? President Becker?
Here. We do have a quorum, but before we rise to salute the flag, Dr. Valesky has a statement to make from the district. We then ask you to remain standing after we salute the flag for a moment of silence. Dr. Valesky?
Thank you, President Becker. Late yesterday evening, our school community suffered the tragic, unthinkable loss of Yusuf Kayla, an 8th grade student at Churchill Junior High School. Yusuf was not only a student, but also an athlete who participated in 8th grade football and was a deacon in his church. Yusuf attended Chittick and Irwin Elementary Schools along with Hammersholt Middle School before beginning his journey at Churchill Junior High School this year. Yusuf's immediate and extended family is suffering. Along with them, our students, his teachers, administrators, and this Board of Education, as well as the East Brunswick community, we mourn his loss. We appreciate the outpouring of support from our community partners and governmental agencies. So if we could rise to salute the flag and remain standing.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated. Thank you, Dr. Valesky.
If I could continue.
Please.
Tonight, out of respect for Yusuf's family, the Board of Education has revised this public meeting to act only on essential and time-sensitive business and personnel activities of the district. Previously scheduled learning across the district activities and budget presentations will be rescheduled. The board hopes to expedite this meeting out of respect for Yusuf's family and the East Brunswick community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the East Brunswick Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published at the Board of Education offices. Written notice was also provided to the Sentinel, the Newark Star-Ledger, the Home News and Tribune, and the Municipal Clerk of East Brunswick. All Board of Education meetings, with the exception of executive session discussions, are videotaped for later broadcast. Individuals who speak at the board's public meeting should be aware of these videotaping rules. We are now going to have a public hearing on refunding bond ordinance of the Board of Education, the Township of East Brunswick. Can I please have a motion?
No,
Or
it's not a
open it to
motion,
the
it's
public
opening up
first?
to the
Okay.
public.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak on the public hearing on refunding the bond ordinance? Seeing none, I close that public hearing. Now ask for a motion?
No, now you can go to the good of the cause.
Okay. Now, we will have the good of the cause for the public. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of providing an opportunity to the public to express themselves. Individual comments are limited to 5 minutes. Members of the public are reminded this is a public televised meeting, and to protect the privacy of all students and staff, concerns regarding individual students and staff should generally be addressed first, meeting with the appropriate administrative staff. Is there anyone wishing to address the board tonight? Seeing none, I close the public portion. I would now like to have a motion for the entire agenda this evening.
And just to clarify, this includes, there are two addenda
On the
on the
dais.
table. One is a personnel addendum, and the other one is a finance addendum regarding positions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moved by Mrs. Lax. Second by Mr. Winston. Is there any discussion? This is a roll call vote. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mrs. Chu?
Yes.
Mr. Sismar?
Yes.
Mrs. Guas?
Yes.
Mr. Hong?
Yes.
Mrs. Lax?
Yes.
Mrs. Reese?
Yes.
Mr. Winston?
Yes.
And Mrs. Becker.
Yes, motion carries. Are there any committee reports, information items, and the good of the cause of the board? Seeing none, we do not,
We do.
we do. We do have a need for a closed session. Can I please have a motion? The Board of Education must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in a public meeting. Those matters are as follows, those items listed in tonight's agenda. Moved by Mrs. Lax. Second by Mr. Winston. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. We're in closed session. Good evening. Thank you.